the day has come and we're about to head out. So I realized just before I was going to close the suitcase, you guys need to come along too. Let's get you packed up. I promise to unzip you as soon as we get there, okay? Bye.
continuing on. Somehow, well, I lost Alyssa thanks to my brief detour because I wanted to see if I could get a street in, but that street was too long, so I turned back in. I mean, it's possible she went to Target, or as, you know, the fancy people call it, Target, but I don't call it Target except in this video. Actually, I had a co-worker many years ago who liked to say Target, and it sort of stuck with me. Oh, here comes Alyssa. Back to Alyssa. She's coming in. This looks good. Glad I found you.
I'm trying to like imagine what it'll be like when I'm actually in the race.
Yeah. Visualize it.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I ran it, I went with the town markers. You actually went in the porta potty?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just pointing it out for effect.
No, I had a clean.
Oh.
And I thought it had a sink too.
You had to what?
It had a sink.
Sink?
Yeah.
Alright, this is on her way back. I think this could be a wrap on the pre-Boston shakeout run. Looking strong. Just powering down the downhill. Hoping that Boston will be a lot of downhills like this. Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
It's in the bank.
Yep.
It was certainly an entertaining run for me.
How come?
Getting to film you,
Following me around.
just making idle chatter to the phone.
Let's pause and I'll take out the microphone. Shakeout run was good though. I feel loose. Left Achilles was aching a little at the start, which has been troubling me for... It's been on and off, honestly, this whole training cycle. But I find once I get going, it kind of goes away. It just needs to warm up.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so...
I feel like wrapped or something.
I don't know, I'm thinking of applying some KT tape before and maybe wearing that for the race.
Yeah.
That could help, but yeah. I know once I get going, it's fine. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, but yeah, I felt good. I'm excited to race, and
Excited to watch. I find you, of course.
yes,
That's always a question.
they're looking for you guys, so
Looking for you as well.
yeah, should be good.
Yeah, exciting.
So far, everything's going well. We had a little hiccup in the beginning with the hotel because it seemed the room wasn't ready, but it's actually a really nice room. I'll show it later. So yes, snacks were provided once I made a small complaint about what had happened. So but they were nice about it, so I really don't have too much complaint here. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna head to the start of the course, drive along through the towns, get a preview, and I'll bring you guys along then.
Okay.
Over and
Thanks,
out.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Dad, what mile number is this? What are you doing? I'm being... Are you filming already? We're here at the Boston Marathon course, taking a little tour through the miles. Here we have the famous John Kelly statue. We've got Boston veteran Mark Knott on standby. Any important words, sir?
Hello?
Any tips for the runners out there?
Trust your training.
Uh-huh.
Enjoy the race.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as a Boston Marathon veteran, I've done, 10 in a row. Count them, 10.
Right.
Plus the COVID one, that's 11. Enjoy. Special race.
Mm-hmm.
Have to qualify for it. Can't just walk onto the course. Well, I guess you could walk onto the course.
But to be officially part
But
of
to be
it.
officially part of it. Yeah. Enjoy. Trust you did your work. You take it from there. Just enjoy.
Good advice.
Easy to say when you're not running it. And I'm not running it this year.
We appreciate his input, and he will be out there spectating tomorrow. And we're getting ready to find what spots my crew will be at, and we're excited. So weather's a little chilly today, windy, not the greatest, but I'm hoping by tomorrow things will clear up and we'll just have a beautiful day for running.
We'll be already on our way home possibly by this time tomorrow.
Now that's an interesting thought, given that there's still so much more to do before then, but should be fun. initial thoughts after finishing. Just doing a quick take, just finished about 20 minutes ago. I feel like throwing up and my legs are very stiff and everything hurts, but I did it. Definitely wasn't my finest day out there, but I'm proud because I finished strong. I had tears in my eyes as I crossed the finish line, but not because I was sad, just because I was really proud that I made it through today. It meant so much to me having my family there. Seeing my boyfriend multiple times made me really happy. And knowing I would see him at the finish was the best thing. So excited to celebrate, relax, and take a nice bath. I think that would feel good right about now. So yeah, I'll do a more formal recap later, but this is just the initial thoughts after finishing.
Beeps like it's running out of power.
Hello. It's now 5 days post Boston Marathon, and I'm just now getting a chance to sit down and close out my video. I was starting to edit the footage this morning, and I realized I did not give any real update after the race. So a lot of mixed feelings, I would say. Obviously, I did not hit my time goal by any stretch of the imagination, which is hard to accept in some ways, even though I'm also actively trying not to beat myself up for it or be negative about it. But there's no denying that that was not the race that I wanted to have. I'll kind of just take you guys through the race. So, started that morning. I felt really good. There was really nothing going on. Everything went perfectly. I got to the bus at the time that I needed to, sat in the village for maybe 10 minutes, and then it was already off to walking to the start, which that was really nice actually. I didn't mind having such little time. It gave me less time to be thinking or worrying, and it was just pure excitement, so that was great. Started the race, super packed, just tons of runners. It's such a weird feeling to go from, I go on runs every day or whatever, 5 days a week by myself. Maybe I see 2 or 3 other runners out there, and generally not at the pace I'm running. And then all of a sudden to be in a race where thousands of people are surrounding you, all running the same pace, it's incredible. It does make me wish I had that kind of, I guess, runner group to train with. I feel like I would really thrive and do well with that. But anyway, so that was cool. However, it was also very overwhelming, but I knew it was going to be like that, so I wasn't as freaked out as maybe if it had been my first major marathon. So first 3-4 miles, just coasting along. I had brought my mini water with me, so this way I wouldn't have to be stopping for, water along the way, which is great because those water stations were just packed. And yeah, just felt really good. Probably about 6 miles in, I remember having this brief thought like, I don't feel that good. but it was so quick, and I don't even know what it was or where it came from. It was just like this general sense that like, okay, today's gonna be hard. And I tried not to give it too much attention, but it was there. Continued along. I saw my family at mile 5, 6-ish, and that was really exciting. They had their signs, they were cheering for me. I got that boost that I was looking for. It was just really fun. Continued along and went through half marathon super conservative. Like, I was still on like plan for what I had imagined this race to be like. So I went through it in about an hour and 38 minutes. So I was actually been like 2 minutes ahead of what I said I wanted to be at. But again, it wasn't like I was saying I was 10 minutes ahead and then I'm like, oh shoot, I still have 13 more miles. How am I gonna do this? Like, I had really planned it out well and been conservative. So I felt in my mind. And even at this point, I was still feeling really fresh and good. Like, was I tired? Yeah. Was it hot? Yeah. But I was running along. Things were fine. So anyway, went through half, just kept running along at this point, because the first bit is like very much downhill, rolling hills. And I know that takes a lot out on your quads, but I knew I had held myself back. So I was like, you're good. It's going to be okay. So then after that point, you kind of start heading into the Newton Hills, which are pretty intense, especially when you've run, you know, already 13, 14 miles. So I was kind of gearing myself up for that in my mind, like, okay, we're gonna get through these next round of hills, it's gonna be okay, I'll recover from it. Again, my family was at mile 16-ish, so that was really exciting. I waved to them, my dad ran alongside me for a little bit of it. Yeah, and I remember thinking to myself, I still feel good, like this can still be a good day, and I wasn't really having any doubt. Then things took a turn for the worst. I'm still trying to understand what happened, but probably about mile 17, my legs were just gone. Like, breathing wise, I was fine. Even heat wise, I wasn't overheating, or so I felt like. I wasn't dehydrated. I had taken in so much water and Gatorade throughout that whole time, so I knew fueling wasn't a problem. Had taken my gels on time. But I don't know, I can't even quite understand it myself. It was just like, it was like I was a statue. Like, my legs just turned stiff, they felt heavy. It felt like the most extreme lactic acid that I've ever felt, like from doing like an all-out 5K or something. Like, it was so strange. So I tried not to panic. I was like, it's all right, you know, you can have bad parts, you can have good parts, like you can come back from the bad parts. And I would say I did a really good job of handling that mentally. I just tried to really stay within each mile. That was my motto. Like, be here right now. Don't be thinking about how much more there is to go. And I just maintained that perspective for the rest of the race. And that's kind of what got me through. The rest of it is kind of a blur, unfortunately. I remember getting to 20 miles and thinking, oh my gosh, I have 10K left to run, and I don't feel like I can move. And this is where I guess I have to give myself credit for my own mental strength, because no part of me wanted to continue. But then another part of me was like, no, you can, and you got this far, and you're not gonna give up now. Like, that would just be ridiculous to throw it all away. And, you know, obviously at this point, my time goals kept changing. I was like, okay, I'm gonna run a 3:25, that's okay. Oh, I'm gonna run a 3:27, oh, that's okay. And it just kept growing. And then at some point I just stopped calculating altogether. And that was probably a better way to handle it. I did take a few walking breaks. If I had to guess, maybe 90 seconds total throughout the whole marathon of walking, which, I mean, that's pretty good for a 3.5-hour race. 3:33 for being accurate. But it, you know, it was upsetting. It was frustrating, and you know, I was fully aware. It's not like I was out of it, and I was just like, what is happening? Why is this going on? Why can't I get myself going? Anyway, powered through, I should say, more like hobbled through the last 10K. I remember getting to like that last like 400 meters and people are just blowing by me. Probably for some it's like the race of their lives. They're throwing their hands up, they're so excited. And all I could think about was like, as soon as I cross that finish line, I'm laying down. Like, there's no questions about it. Problem is, there's so many people crossing the finish line, they do not encourage you laying down or even sitting. So I probably looked like I was about to go onto the ground as soon as I finished, and immediately a volunteer's next to me and asking, are you okay? Do you feel all right? Are you dizzy? And I just wanted to be like, can I sit? But no, instead she helped me walk for the next few minutes, which was very nice of her, but really at that moment I just need to sit down. The only problem is the only seats around were wheelchairs, which would then take me to the medical tent. And I don't believe I was in need of medical attention. I honestly just needed a seat. So yeah, that's kind of how it went. I found my family. We went and met up in the family meeting area. And yeah, I guess my main takeaways are I'm proud of the perspective that I was able to have even when things were going south. I'm frustrated that things didn't pan out the way I wanted to. I'm confused where things went wrong. But yeah, I'm not sure what next steps are going to be for me right now. And yeah, I've just been recovering this week. My legs were trashed as per usual after a marathon. And yeah, just trying to look ahead to what's next for me. But I can't undermine how fun this build-up was for the marathon. It really went so well. And there was a lot of good takeaways within this training cycle, and I know that. There was a lot of good days, a lot of good workouts, tempos where I was just spot on, long runs that were hard, but I still made it through on the cold winter days, 17, 19 miles. Like, I went away to Puerto Rico in February, I still maintained my marathon training. Like, there's so many parts that I could point to and say, like, you know, I was committed and I did as much as I felt like I could, given like I have my own limitations, like I have hamstring problems that come up, or my ankle sometimes gives me problems. I went to physical therapy for months throughout this whole time. Like, I did all of those little things, you know, foam rolling, stretching at night, taking Epsom salt baths, like things that, you know, those little 1% that add up. And that's great, and I'm gonna carry this over to whatever I do next within running, whether that's a marathon or, you know, shorter stuff, which is likely what I'll be focusing on for the next few months. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for following along on this journey with training for Boston. It was a lot of fun posting the videos each week, and I'm excited to come up with like a new series as far as, you know, what the focus of my videos will be. And that's pretty much it. So that's it. Bye.